Hey everybody, this is Eric with Dempsey's Resolution Fitness at dempseysresolution.com, bringing you another tactical tip. Today let's talk about, for concealed carry permit holders, concealed carry weapon holders, think about the scenario which is, you don't want to happen but could happen. Say right off the bat you're in a traumatic event where you need your weapon and your dominant arm gets taken out. Either dislocated, broken, cut, or shot, right? And it's useless. It's a dead arm, right? It's injured, it's out of operation. So I'm right-handed. I carry my gun right here in my right hip, okay? So I come up, I secure my weapon, right? And I come out. Now from here, what happens when this hand goes down, right? I got the gun over here. What happens if it happens? It's one thing if it happens when the weapon's already out. You could take the gun from your dead arm and you could engage targets. But what happens when the gun's holstered? Okay, so now boom, I get hit. Something happens, this arm's down. Oh man, bad guy's coming still. What am I going to do? How do I get the gun out? So one technique, that I learned is you reach across with your non-dominant hand and you secure the weapon with a reverse grip, right? So I have the weapon here, like this, right? Now you ain't got time to fumble around. You can't use this arm. This arm's out of the net, right? So one of the things you do is you drop down between the knees, secure, and then fire, right? So I had to pull it out. The weapon's this way over here on my right hip. I reach over, pull it out, right? I turn it straight down, grab it with my legs, switch my hand, and come up and engage targets, right? Engage targets, boom. Okay, so I shoot, boom, 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 malfunction or jam, or I'm out of ammo. What am I going to do now, right? Immediately get behind cover, back, right between the legs. Say I have a malfunction and I need to charge the slide, right? So one of the things you do is right on the top of your leg, between your legs, you put the slide on top and allow the receiver to slide forward. You allow the frame of the gun to slide under the slide, right? And then you can come back up and engage targets again, right? This arm's out of the net, right? So right there, same thing. You got to change mags. Pop the mag out, right? Secure your other mag, put it in, boom, right? Chamber around and fire. Okay? Now, that's all without this. It's going to take longer and it's harder, but it can be done. But this is one of the quickest ways right here, right between your knees, right? And so you see that a little bit better right there, just like that, right? Just like that. And so from this angle, right, you just secure it with your knees, push it forward, and now the weapon is charged, right? Now with some frames, some of the weapon frames are, I have a Glock 17 here. This is really smooth. If you have web gear or vest on or something, a lot of times you can rack the slide against your equipment. You can just push it down, push it away, and it'll charge the weapon. Same thing. But like I have the smooth sweater on, this gun goes straight across. Nothing's catching because the Glock is really smooth on top of the slide. Only the front sight and the rear sight's up. Everything's smooth, and those are angled. They're not going to catch on nothing. Okay. There's no snag here, so I can't charge the weapon, okay? If I had a belt, even, on a regular belt, I can do it a little bit, okay? Okay, you can run it down your belt if you can, but it's hard. And the easiest way to do it definitively, you're always going to be able to use your knees, is right there, squeeze it off, and then you'll be able to fire, right? Okay? So those are just some simple ideas people don't think about a lot because, ultimately you don't want to be able to have to ever resort to that stuff. But what if you do need to, right? Those are some tricks, that I learned a long time ago in the combat pistol course, and really valuable stuff because, man, always practice so we can offhand shooting, right? Single arm, using that non-dominant hand and shooting from different angles, right? Because you're not going to have your fancy weaver grip and your squared off stance and all your stuff, right? If that dominant arm is down, you're going to be traumatized, you're going to be disoriented, and you're going to have stuff going on. You're going to have to use that weak hand that you're not familiar with. So just think about that and try to add that into your training plan at some point. But don't neglect it. It's just as important as pulling your backup weapon out. You've got to be able to practice that. Okay, so don't forget. Remember, weak arm, non-dominant arm, cross draw, right? Then also don't forget about practicing with your knife, right? You gotta have a knife in case the gun goes down or it gets disarmed or, out of ammo, right? You gotta be able to continue the battle, continue the fight. You gotta be able to Charlie Mike, right? And continue the mission. All right, this is Eric with Dempsey's Resolution Fitness, and I'll come back to you with some more tactical tips. Take care.